Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Red Dead Weapons, Episode 2. Today, we're talking about the first bolt action that was used by the United States military. The Krag Morgenson, which was developed in Norway, or Sweden, back in the early 1890s by Ola Herman Johan Krag and Erik Jorgensen. Now, this gun is chambered in 8 by 55 Danish, 30-40 US Krag, or 30 Army Krag, and 6.5 by 55 millimeter Swedish. Now this gun would range in weight from say 7 pounds all the way to 14 pounds fully loaded, depending on the model. Now this gun was used in the Spanish-American War. It was mainly thought to be by the U.S. government. It actually beat out a fucking Mauser design. If you get an option to get a gun by Mauser, pick the Mauser, folks. Mauser's good, same as a Lee. Krag, smooth action, not the best iron sights, accurate gun, good for target shooting, which is mainly what it's used for. Gun's also very expensive if you're looking to buy one, about 1,200 bucks. Yeah, they'll set you back a good penny. Now, let's get into this rifle. Alright, we're going to talk about what this gun is. Alright, see that little box on the side, that's the loading gate. You flip that down, you can put up to 6 rounds in it, and this gun also has a magazine cutoff, which, if I could zoom in here, is that little thing right there. And on the back of the bolt, that's where the safety pin as well, because if you don't have a gun without a safety like the French lapel, you're going to shoot your feet off. Also, if you have a lapel, good for you. I don't really give a fuck. But yeah, this little button right there, that is the magazine cut off on the left side of the gun. The Army thought that'd be a good idea because they thought their soldiers would waste ammo. Now, honestly, last thing in war I'm going to be concerned about is wasting ammo, because this gun was used in the Boxer Rebellions, which, if you don't know what the Boxer Rebellion is, it's where Sick Man China, which was China because it was weakened at the time because of all the foreign political influence, like by the Belgians, the Americans, the British, the Dutch, the French, so on. Fuck China over, and the Chinese people there got pissed off at the Christians. I think it had something to do with the Christians. It's always got something to do with the Christians somehow. And they fucking got called boxers. Well, side note, it's got called boxers because they're doing kung fu shit, and they thought they looked like boxers with the baggy pants and shit. Well, the boxers, they fucking had the siege of Peking, which was like 55 days. The U.S. Marines came in, Army and shit. There was actually a couple of arms in this incident. They came in with the Krags, this first major use by them, with one of the first major uses on the Spanish-American War, the Filipino-American War. U.S. Army sent them boys in, they held them off. Anyway, this gun in this game is actually chambered in 30-40 Krag, or 30 Army Krag. In comparison of the rounds, actually comparable to a 308, though do not ever load other cartridge type into a gun that is chambered for a specific cartridge. If you do not know that, you're a fucking moron. Because this gun, again, the cartridge for 30-40 Krags comparable to a 308, maybe 8mm-ish, sorta in some cases. There's also a very select few rechambered to 30-06. Now in the game, the U.S. Army is supposed to be using a gun, but in this game, the Army, they use fucking Henry repeaters and Lancaster repeaters and Spencer carbines. So maybe those guys are like a National Guard unit or something. Yeah. Depending on some of the earlier rounds, like with this gun is round nose or flat nosed, give off a good pressure, chamber pressure, about 40,000 IBF or /N2, 260 MPa. Muzzle velocity was about 609.6. Now, in the game, the gun itself, it's accurate to an extent, though I think this is a smaller scale version because this is one of the shorter versions of the Krag used by the Army, because in real life, the one I've used, it's long as shit. Like, it's about my height. I'm 6'1", 6'2", 180 kind of guy. Alright, I'm a strong fucker, but that gun, it's a heavy son of a bitch. Alright, the gun's heavy. It's like 12 pounds to some people. It's light to me, but yeah. Now, a little info about this gun. It was top 3. Actually, it caused a lawsuit over it, because there were 2 guys that got pissed that they wouldn't choose an American gun over something foreign made, because Final 3 at the trials in Governor's Island were a Lee design, which was possibly Lee Metford, I think, and a Mauser design. Now, the Mauser, we actually used the Mauser design, the derivative of the Mauser design on the Kar 98, actually, a little fact there, on 1903 A3 Springfield, 1903 Springfield. And we actually, then the people that made that gun, the Springfield 1903, got sued by Mauser himself for ripping them off. So I think some of the royalties from 1903 go to Mauser still. So yeah, nice thing there. I mean, in of itself, now the gun, it can get a bayonet on it, but honestly, the bayonet for it is actually just a fucking Bowie knife. Now, I'm gonna go show you all the actual sights on this thing at the gun shop, because normal sights, it's a flip sight on it, and it has like the yards you can convert it out to actually hit your target pin on the range. Anything past about 500 yards, you ain't gonna hit shit with an iron sight. No offense, if you're, I mean, unless you're Simo Hayek or Simo Hayek, or whatever the fuck you say his name in Finland. I'm not good pronunciations, where the fuck enunciations you got. Now, and forgot to mention, this gun is also the shortest-lived service rifle by the U.S. military because of how kind of shitty it was. Alright, now we're going to look at iron sights here. Iron sights, compared to this one, that's just a little like V sight, not as good. But this sight, stock sights, which are a... Now, stock sights are like a normal flip sight, like they have the ladder sights on them. Now, we're gonna get a little look at these sights. Alright, now my other gun, on the other sight, they're a... But as you can see, this sight is flippable up. Now, it's kind of sad we can't flip them up, because I honestly prefer that. Now, you could literally flip this up and then like scale the sight to the range you want to hit. Because this gun, it's really accurate. Like, it's honestly, it's like a pretty accurate gun. It's just, it's not built for mud and dirt. If you get too much mud in this thing, like any other gun, some guns, it's just not going to work pretty. Like, this gun is actually very rarely used in the First World War as well. I mean, actually, the Germans in World War II actually used this gun in very limited numbers and like captured Sweden, or like Nazi held Sweden or some shit, I think. And they actually managed to rechamber an 8mm Mauser somehow. I mean, this gun can take modern loads, you can rechamber it, but honestly, I wouldn't want to bubble the thing. Yeah, the bolt's smooth. It's just kinda. But yeah, like honestly though, if anything, this gun, short-lived by U.S. military standards in terms of use. It was only about 12 years from 1892 to 1903. It's about 14 years, I think, or close to it. It's really short-lived. Yeah, I mean, guns, design, accurate. Now, this gun also went up against Mausers, Smash American War, and U.S. military took notice, so they decided to change that to the Mauser design, and this eventually led to the adaptation in 1903. Now, this gun, great job by Rockstar on the detail. But folks, hope you enjoyed this episode on the Krag Morgenson. And it's Jorgensen with like a Y pronunciation, by the way. It's Jorgensen, not Jorgensen, like with a J. It's Jorgensen. Also, a little other thing, 300 of these guns were used by the Boers of the Transvaal and Orange Free State Republics of South Africa during the Boer Wars, Anglo-Boer Wars. A little side note there. But anyway, that's the end it. That's gonna end it. And that guy's looking at me like I'm a fucking crackpot. But anyway, thanks for watching this video about the Krag. Next one's gonna be the Carcano M38 in this game. The gun that killed JFK. JFK.